Welcome. We are here with bonus coverage from NAB 2025 in New York at the Javits Center. All right, we are here with Sonifex, and we're going to talk new products. So, without any further ado, take us away.
Hi there. I'm Richard Butlin from Sonifex in the UK, and we're going to give you a quick rundown on some of the newer products that we've released recently and the ones that are coming out very, very shortly. So here we have our DIO10-12G unit, which is based on the ever popular DIO10-3G version. But this is the next step up, gives you the 12G capability and also backwards compatible down to 3G, so gives you the best of both worlds. So with that unit you have the dual PoE, and then you also have SDI in and you have the SDI out as well.
All right.
Then we have the new product as well that's in production now. It's our AVN-M8R unit. So this is 8 channels of mic input to Dante. So again, gives you the dual redundancy on the Ethernet, so the PoE as well. And then you have a quite interesting web GUI there, listing all of the 8 channels and all the settings for each channel. So as we click on there, it expands. We can change it from mic line. Then you have the ability to switch on the phantom power, your preamp gain, high pass filter, yes or no, and then your high pass filter frequencies. And then it also has a unique feature in there where you've got a signal presence threshold and the timeout. So what you can use for that is you can detect a presence of audio. So if it dips, it can set off a trigger. And you also have the mute facility and tells you whether the mute's active. And also with the presence detection, you can send that off and give you a closing contact on the GPO on the here as a physical, or it can actually be an Ember Plus command, which is sent across the network to another piece of equipment to warn you that the level of presence has gone.
Right, yeah, something's up.
So that unit is shipping now and is readily available.
And then in terms of the interface capabilities for this, the AVN-M8R, that's going to be over Dante.
Yes, that's
okay,
correct.
copy.
So it's mic or line input, and then presents it to the Dante network. So it gives you 8 individual channels that you can route wherever you want.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So you need Dante virtual sound card,
Yeah.
the asterisk for
or
that.
anything really. You could use one of our multi-channels for outs as well.
Sure, absolutely. I will say this GUI here looks great. I particularly like that you've got the option for the high pass filter, and then you could set it where you want to in terms of that threshold, and then you're giving additional options for the presence threshold. I don't really know of another device that has that outside of like a plug-in, so that's pretty kind of rare in terms of something that's built into an interface itself. So, but yeah, go ahead and continue to take us through what else is new.
We also have, this is our DIO17 unit. So it's a move on from our PC-FM radio capture card. So you have the aerial connection, comes into the unit on those, they're PCIe cards, and you can go from 8 channels all the way up to 32 channels of FM, and they present them as Windows Media files into the PC. This is the next step on. So this does exactly the same thing, brings the FM signal in, demodulates, but then presents them as Dante channels instead.
Excellent.
Keeps it nice and compact.
Yeah.
So instead of having to run your aerial all the way down to your control room from the roof where the antenna is, this, you could put it up there as long as you have a PoE connection. It goes at the top, and then it's networked all the way down.
Yeah, all the work is done in that box.
Yeah, you're reducing the amount of interference you may be getting through your cables. Everything is demodulated close to the antenna.
Right, yeah, you're doing your conversion all in one
and
place
again,
too.
So it's 8 or 16 FM channels on that unit.
Beautiful.
And there's also will be an AM version as well as the FM.
Excellent. Same release period for Q4 of this year, or
towards the end of Q4 this one.
Lovely.
And same pretty much for the this one here, which I can go into now.
Yeah, absolutely. This thing looks beautiful.
So this is our AVN RM1 unit. So this is 64 channels of Dante, as well as 64 channels of MADI.
Copy. So we're talking maybe a Butlin chip in there?
Yes, it would be the Butlin for the 64 channels. Yep, that's correct. I believe it would be Butlin 3s now.
Okay, yeah, I was going to say 2 or 3.
So yeah, it's got a really nice touch screen. So here we're monitoring 64 channels of Dante. Then we scroll across, and if we had any MADI sources, there would be our MADI sources. So if we go back, so you can see these ones that are highlighted blue. They're grouped together at the moment, and they're what are coming out on the speaker. So you could have multiple channels grouped onto that speaker output. Then if you want to get really close up with levels to get the accuracy,
excellent. So
expand
you can expand
it out.
Yeah, perfect.
Then you can just select and move through the
as
channels
you wish.
as you wish. Yeah.
And that's perfect. Is there a limitation on how many channels you can assign to one group, or could I do 64?
64.
Oh, okay, yeah, excellent.
Yeah. And it also has a nice little web GUI as well. So as you'll see from the web GUI, all the different channel styles are color coded. So Dante is green, MADI is orange. So now they come out, so you can do a mix and match and send out.
So is that basically just in groups of 8 per?
No, they'll just
per,
be
per,
you
per
would
the sources, or
you just create those as you wish. So
okay, so you have to
just
define it then.
Yeah, you would just add another input channel.
Okay, I see now.
And then pick up, say test, and then it's a MADI.
Right, and then
and the next one available is number 9. We select that, and then we add it.
And then it'll even prompt you if it exists already
Let's
too.
go test 1 then, yep. And then we go again. And there's the channel I've just added. So that's a MADI channel coming in, and that was channel 9 of the MADI stream.
Right, and it displays 2 different things. It'll give you a warning so that you're not creating duplicates and just confusing yourself in the midst
channel
of
names. Yeah,
that's
correct,
and like a very large channel count. So yeah, that's very helpful.
And it also gives you a nice little feature here. So this is the audio presence. So a small metering. At least you can see. So the top 2 have no audio on them. So that could be a problem if you're expecting it.
Absolutely,
whereas these ones have got the metering there. So it's a visual looking as well as listening on the. Yeah, sure.
And then, so with the app though, this is I could use this on an iPad. This is just server based, right? IP.
Yeah, just an IP.
Okay,
yeah.
Excellent. Yeah, so another beautiful feature in terms of getting that. So so in terms of the app though, this is IP based, so I can use this on my phone, an iPad. Yeah, so very versatile. Love that feature. Let's take a look at the back of this guy.
Web browser straight into the unit, and there you go.
Just Cat 5 to Cat 5, assuming.
Yeah.
So, yeah, absolutely. Let's have a look at the back of this unit, because I'm loving the display. This is okay. So we have modules here.
Yep. So we have modules here. There's 2 what we call expansion ports. So in there, we're going to have an option for analog card.
Okay.
So that will give you analog in and out, as well as your Dante and MADI.
Okay. So over DB25.
It'll be DB25.
Okay.
Yeah.
Copy that.
And then you'll also have a digital in and out.
Okay.
And then there'll also be a 12G SDI card as well.
Lovely. So taking the tech from these boxes and
and bringing it into here as well for SDI monitoring.
Yeah. You never know what they may.
But you are limited to 2 expansion modules.
But these could be ran in series, and does it 2 questions? Can these be ran in series via the redundant port into another primary port? And then if so, how does that show up in the app?
No, they would be separate. You just have another unit and just channel count from there on.
Copy that. So it would require 2 computers then?
2 units, but you could run them both off of the same PC.
Okay, so excellent. Yeah. The software does have the ability to see 2 units and physically handle
They would just give you 2 web pages.
Okay.
They'd be independent units. But you could name them and number them consequentially within the Dante controller and that.
Right, then that's all going to be in the Dante controller section. Yeah.
So we have a mains input. We have the option to have a DC power supply as well as a redundancy. We have the 2 Ethernet ports, so dual redundant Dante ports. And then we also have 2 fiber ports. You have your analog outputs on XLR if you want to run a pair of monitor speakers.
Okay, yeah.
The expansion ports that we've already talked about. And then you have the MADI in and out, and then your AES clocking.
Copy that. And then this is a RSS control port, or this guy here?
No, this is a GPIO again.
GPIO,
So the
okay.
same GPIO as we said about on the M8
Okay. Yeah.
are the mic amp. It's just the same. It gives you a physical in or out. So you control version operations on the unit or send a command out when you've done something on there.
Right, like
So
a
they're the
warning trigger or
physicals,
something like that.
But it also uses the Ember Plus, the same as the other units.
Exactly, exactly. Well, beautiful. And then, again, all this is going to be out Q4 of this year.
Yeah, this one's going to be towards the end of Q4.
Lovely.
And this one will be in Q4. And the 12G and the mic amp are already out.
Excellent, excellent. So, if any of these products are of interest to you, please reach out to Gotham Sound, info@gothamsound.com. If you have any questions, make sure you add those into the chat or send us an email. We'd love to answer them for you. Richard, thank you so much. We really, really appreciate it.
Thank you.
This is TK and Richard, Sonifex, NAB 2025. We'll see you soon. Take care.